The reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah tonight is so significant because it touches upon, in the Old Testament, the revelation of God as our Father. And his presentation of that concept is so personal and so touching. He says that he compares it to someone picking up a young child and raising the infant to his cheeks. We've all seen pictures of Pope Francis. God bless whoever's in that ambulance. We've all seen pictures of Pope Francis holding a young child or a baby close to himself with a smile on his face, or kissing the child on its forehead. It's a very tender and loving act. And that's the image that God the Father has given us through Hosea, like a father holding us close to him. He says he will not let his anger, his venging anger blaze, because he will never destroy his son. He shows such tender love, even though the people in their infidelity had constantly fallen away from him. In fact, Hosea uses the example of a man who is brokenhearted because his wife has committed adultery and has disappeared, and he's out in search of her so that he can bring her back home. It's like God coming after us when we've sinned so he can bring us back home. And so we look at this scripture tonight and see that when he says, I called out of Egypt, I called my son, that is an important event when he freed the Jewish people from slavery in Egypt and led them through the desert and through the Red Sea to the Promised Land. It was like what Jesus' death on the cross is for us in the New Testament. And it's in that time, and we who live in the New Testament, that the Lord wants us to hear these words like the apostle. As you go, make this proclamation, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's what we're to do by our lives, to declare that the kingdom of heaven is within us and among us. And so it's a great calling from the Lord. I pray every day that everyone in our parish especially has a deeper and deeper love for Jesus, who has such a personal love for us. There's no sin we can commit that God will not forgive us. In human terms, there's a limit to what we can endure, but with God, there's no limit to his forbearance, his endurance, his love for us never fails. And so we carry that message with us and know that the Lord only wants us to continue to follow him. Let us stand and offer our petitions.